Good afternoon, everybody. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Today, we are going to be looking at how to sell on Amazon with no money, how to start selling on Amazon with no money. So if you're interested in this sort of content, make sure you are subscribed with those notifications turned on. Let's get into the video straight away. Welcome if you're new here, and welcome back if you're not. My name is Johnny Bradley. I'm founder of the Seller Pro Academy, where we help ordinary people create extraordinary things, just one product at a time. And I get asked this question a lot, how can I start selling on Amazon with no money? I want to start selling on Amazon. I want to start, e-commerce. I want to start private labeling, but I don't really have the funds to be able to do it. I'm trying to, build up to maybe do private labeling and have a few thousand for that. But at the moment, I don't have the money. What shall I do? And I don't know why I haven't done this video sooner, because the whole point of my channel is to help you guys be successful. So what I thought I'd do is create this video where I can give you two incredible ways where you can start selling on Amazon for free. And at the end of this video, I have an absolutely incredible tip that I need to share with you that's going to really make it a lot easier for you. So stick around until the end for that part. So the first thing that we want to go through before I go on to the first method for doing this is that you're going to be a beginner. Okay, so what you kind of need to understand is that you're probably going to make a few mistakes, and that's absolutely fine, but you need to go through that process of learning how to do this. Not every product you get is going to be an absolute winner, but over the majority of products that you sell, more often than not, you're going to win if you do it correctly. Okay, so that's the first thing. The second thing is that you don't really want to niche down too much. The thing that you need to be focusing on at the beginning is making profit, right? Making money so you can keep reinvesting those profits. If you're trying to niche down and just do one thing, like for example, games, like console games, then that may be well and good if you're doing wholesale, but when you're just starting out, then you really just want to find things that you can flip just to make a bit of money on, which you can then reinvest and keep doing that again and again and again and again until you have a nice big kitty of money, which is definitely possible. But at the beginning, you kind of just need to figure out what makes money first. Let's get into the first strategy, the first method that you're going to use to start selling on Amazon. Now, how are you going to do this with no money? Because any business needs money. The first thing you're going to need to do is figure out, okay, how do I get myself, literally it could be £10 or it could be £50 or £100. It depends on how quickly you can do this. The first thing I would do, and this is exactly what I did when I first started selling on Amazon, this is when I was doing private labeling, so I had to sell a few more things. I went around my house and I found stuff that I did not need anymore. And I tell you guys, once you start thinking about when was the last time I used that, and the answer is months, get rid of it. You don't need it. Minimalize things down. And if there's even if you're making 10 quid from something, that's £10 that could be worth thousands in the future just by reinvesting. Something sitting on your side or in your bedside drawer that's worth 10 quid can be worth a lot more money if you use it to start a business. Whereas if it's just left in the drawer, then it's never going to have any sort of value. And you know what? Once you're making a little bit of money, you could probably, if you do need that, you could just buy it again. There's a whole bunch of stuff I have laying around the house, which 100%, if I wanted to make some money today, I could list these things on eBay. I could put them on Amazon if they're kind of in a good quality or even used quality. I could put them on Facebook Marketplace and make some money today. Okay. So the first thing you need to do is understand that you're going to need some money. And look, if you have nothing to sell around the house, if you literally have absolutely zero, then what you can do is go onto Facebook Marketplace. You can find things that people are giving away for free because they just don't want it. You can take it off of them and then you can list it back on Facebook Marketplace for 5 quid, 10 quid, 40 quid, a low amount, and sell it and make some money. Okay, now obviously that's going to probably have to be in your local area, because if you haven't got any money, you might not be able to afford to go and go to that place to pick it up. However, if you have transport, then that allows you to kind of be a little bit more flexible, as long as you're not spending more on fuel than you are in actually making the money. And a lot of people do this all the time. It's just to get started, is find things that people are giving away for free and then just sell them for a very small profit, just to get you started. So no matter what situation you are in, it really doesn't matter what situation you're in, there will be a way to start generating money quickly. Okay, and you could do it this week. You could do it today. All you have to do is just go online and use free services. So that's the first thing we need to do. Okay, so now we're really going to get into the actual first strategy, okay? Because we have now maybe a kitty, even if it's £20, if it's £50, if it's £100, right? It's not going to be a lot of money, but we need that little kitty first because we're going to start using it really effectively now. Something that I've learnt by doing private labeling, which is where we're buying stock from China, we're having our own custom label just like this, right? This is one of the products that I sell. This is my Hydrofill bottle. So this is my brand, it's my packaging. So I buy them from China. The bottles look like this, okay? And then I list them on Amazon, and they're mine, okay? Now, what happens is when you go to launch a product, what often happens is you need to get sales and you need to get reviews quite quickly, because that's really what makes them sell, right? Sales and reviews. So what often people use is launch websites where I say, I'm going to give discounts. So I'm going to give like an 85% discount or a 60% discount on however many units, and people can then claim those discounts and go and use them on Amazon, right? So they use a discount code, they buy it, and then actually they get it cheap, and then they leave a review, right? Normally they leave a review. Or quite often what you'll find is Facebook groups where people are actually saying, they're like review groups, and you can type in like Amazon review group in Facebook, and you can find people that say, hey, I'm just launching this product, I need reviews. You buy the product, they'll refund you, and you just leave a review. But then you have a product, right, that you haven't paid anything for. What you can then do is list that product back onto that person's listing and just sell it as like new or used like new. Eventually it will say you put it a little bit under the list price. You can even use FBA, which is really, I'll tell you how to do that in a second. So that means that they get the benefit of selling the product, which helps their launch, right? And they get a review. Got to give a review, got to be nice. But then you are able to sell that product back on Amazon and make profit. Right, so even if the product, you're going to have to spend a few quid to send it into Amazon. There's going to be some selling fees on Amazon and some FBA fees, and you can work that out. It's easy to do so. You just type in FBA calculator into Google, and you can literally find the resource for that, and then you can make a small amount of profit. Now, if you do that again and again and again and again and again, you'll be able to make more money, right? You'll be able to make money out of literally nothing because you haven't paid anything for the products. The even better thing is that nowadays, some people are even paying you for your reviews. Now, you're not allowed to do this, guys. If you incentivizing reviews is definitely not allowed, but people do it. So if you get this product, someone says, hey, buy this product, we'll refund you for it, and we're going to give you £5. So just straight away, you've made £5 for just getting the product for free and leaving a review. You can then sell the product on that person's listing and make even more money. Okay, so if you have not a lot, that's a great way to do it. It is super, super simple as well. So say, for example, you get this delivered in the post. Okay, on the back of it, it has a barcode. Okay, and this is the Amazon barcode. What you do is you download the Amazon Seller app and you sign up and you create a free membership. So you could have a professional membership, but that costs £25 per month plus VAT, but you're not going to need that. Okay, so you just get a free membership. It does limit you to how many units you can sell a month, but if you're doing well, you can always go on to a professional membership if you want to. And what you do is you scan this product, you scan the barcode, and then what you can do is you can see the price it's going for, you can see the fees, and then you can list that product. All you do is you then get this sent back into Amazon, and it will go into a little stock. You have to put a new barcode on, it'll go back into stock, and then eventually it will sell, right? Which is really, really cool. It might not sell at the very beginning because this company's probably just launched their product. They haven't really got the sales yet coming in every single day. But because you haven't paid anything for the product, right, or you've paid very, very little for the product, then you're able to actually just leave it in the stockpile just waiting for a bit. You don't want to leave them in there too long because you'll get long-term storage fees, but that's not really an issue you're going to worry about just at the moment. That's a way where you can kind of get them kind of for free, if that makes sense, and it's going to take a bit of legwork. But there's another way you can do it as well, because like I said earlier, quite a lot of sellers that do private labeling will use deal sites. There's one called Viapon, one called JumpSend, both work in the UK and I think, well, all around the world. And what you can do is, as a buyer, you can go on there, you can kind of sign up, and you can see all these products that are discounted, and they might say 50% discount or 65 or 80 or 95% discount, because these people are trying to get sales basically. What you can do is you can then buy those products, and you're going to be buying them. Okay, there's going to be a cost associated with them, and then again you can do exactly the same thing. It's just that you're going to have to put a little bit of money down first, and that can be again another great way to do it. And if you combine all these together, then you're going to be able to actually start getting quite a few products listed on Amazon that they may not sell in a day, but hopefully within 1 to 2 weeks they are going to sell, and you'll be able to get that profit back. So that that is an incredible way where you can start selling on Amazon for literally for free, okay? But if you have a little bit of money, you know, if you have 50 quid, if you have 100 quid, it's going to allow you to buy things that actually are a little bit more expensive. Maybe something like electronics, they don't want to do and give it away for free, but they want to give you a deep discount, but you can still list that product, sell it, and make a profit later on. So what you're going to do after that is you're going to take the profit, every single pound of profit you make, you're going to take that and you're going to reinvest it into more products, right? And what happens is incredible. Once you start reinvesting profits, you know, £1 can become £10, which can become £100, which can become £1,000, £10,000. It's just repetition, okay? It takes time, but it is literally just repetition, and you'll get better and better at it. You'll see the deals a lot quicker when you've done it a few times. You're making a few mistakes. Some products won't sell, and you'll be like, oh, that was a bad one. But you'll learn from your mistakes, and you'll continue to get better and better and better, and you'll start reinvesting until you have a kitty of money. You're like, actually, you know, I want to start doing private labeling where I don't have to sit there and go to the post office all day and do all these things, but you have the actual investment, so you can take that, you can buy products from China in bulk, get them listed on Amazon, and you can start selling them. The best thing about that is that you already have experience selling on Amazon, so you know how a lot of these things work, right? Which is really, really cool, because quite often people are daunted by, okay, what buttons to click and all that sort of stuff. You're going to have the experience by this point. One of the great things about this is that you might think, oh, is that screwing them over? And actually it's not. You know, it's not ideal for them. You know, they have the product selling for cheaper on their listing. It's not ideal, but you're certainly not screwing anyone over, because by taking their product and helping them out maybe with a review and getting a sale, that's helping with their launch of their product, which hopefully will make them money for a long time. And in return, you're saying, well, you know, I'm going to get the product, but actually I don't want the product, I'm going to sell it back. It helps everyone out. You benefit from it, and the seller benefits from it as well. And of course, the customer benefits from it as well. That is the first strategy. If you've liked that and you're enjoying this video so far, smash that thumbs up button and let me know down in the comments what you think about it. Let's move on to the second strategy. So the second strategy is something called online arbitrage. And first of all, what the hell is that? So online arbitrage is when you buy something from one retailer online and you sell it via another online retailer or a marketplace. And there's a few different ways to do this. Sometimes you can do it without actually buying any stock, and you can also do it by buying stock. Right, so let's go through the first way without buying stock. So if you don't want to buy stock and you want to start doing this basically with very, very little money, you can find kind of hot selling products on Amazon, and then you can list them on eBay. And if you were to go on eBay right now and you search in Hydrofuel bottle, there's people doing this exact same thing for my brand. I don't have any listings on eBay at all that I own. What you'll find though is that the price is a few pounds higher than I list it for. So what happens is that if someone's going on eBay and they're searching for this sort of product, then my listing might come, or sorry, my product might come up, someone else's listing, and it's, you know, say it's 17, 19 pounds or whatever. Someone might buy it, and what happens is that seller then buys it from Amazon from me, puts in their customer's address, and it's sent to their customer. They just pay the list price that I have it for, and they take the profit in between. One of the great things about this is that it's, first of all, very cheap, but also you don't actually buy anything until a customer has paid you, which is fantastic, because then you don't have to hold stock. The problem with this is that if you find people that do it well, and another kind of term for this would be like drop shipping, is that you have to have a lot of listings. If people that do it really, really well and they're very successful at it, they will have like tens, if not hundreds of thousands of listings. But all it takes is just a few of them to sell every single day or every single week, and they'd be making a lot of money because it's a cumulative sales. There are services that you can use to automate the process, but again, if you don't have any money to use those services, you can do it manually. But after you get, you know, a lot of listings up and it gets quite hard to manage, then I would definitely recommend, once the money's coming in, that you use a service that automates that process for you. Otherwise, you're going to be spending all day just doing admin on your computer rather than actually trying to find more deals. The second way you can do online arbitrage is using something like Facebook Marketplace. We spoke about that earlier. where you can go onto Facebook Marketplace, or you can go onto Groupon, or go onto all these different marketplaces where things are cheap, they're discounted, and you can look around, go to electronics, go to whatever it may be, not cars and stuff like that, and find things that have kind of a good quality to them. They're not super beaten up and used. So let's say it's going to be something electronic. Let me just look around my room. Camera, okay? Say it's like a digital camera and it's all boxed. Then what you can do is you can look at that product and you can go onto Amazon and you can see how much it's selling for used. And from there, you can use services like Helium 10, where you can see the BSR, you can your calculations, your profit calculator, and you can see if that's going to be able to make you money. Is it worth you even messaging that person to see if you can go and pick up that product, or just go and look at it? Because if you have to drive there and spend money on fuel or get the bus there or whatever, then you want to make sure that it's not going to be a waste of your time, so you need to be able to make enough profit. And that's a really cool way where you can take things that people want to sell, and they might even take a deal on you, say, hey, I can't get it for £40, I'll give you £23 or something like that. And if they take it, then that's an extra profit that you can actually make. You list it on Amazon, you send it into Amazon, so you can use FBA, which means you can actually charge more for your products. If you notice that if you go onto a listing and some people sell it as used, but it's something called fulfilled by merchant, so they're sitting at their house, their stock's probably in their garage or their room or whatever. When someone buys it, they package it up and they post it to the customer. Whereas with Prime, that seller's actually sent the product into Amazon, it's in Amazon's warehouse, so it's ready to buy and get next day delivery. Prime customers spend more than non-Prime customers. So what they'll do is they'll see on there, oh, I can get the product next day delivery and it's going to be, £100, or I can get it in like 4 days time and it's going to be £84, okay, or £90. Quite often people will just pay more to have next day delivery. I do this all the time. When I want to try and buy something, I want it next day. Sometimes I have a fulfillment center quite close to me. Sometimes I get it the same day, which is awesome. So for people that are Prime customers, they have a Prime membership, then you're basically trying to go for those customers. You can charge a little bit more. Your fees will be a little bit more as well, but as long as you're making profit, it's all good. And this isn't just restricted to Amazon as well. You can list on eBay. What you don't want to do though, this is something really important, you don't want to say list on both Amazon and eBay and only have one product and 2 customers buy. It's not going to be the ideal situation to be in. So I would say, just to keep it the admin level to a minimum, the issues to a minimum, if you have one product to sell, just list it on one of the marketplaces and just focus on one marketplace. You can just focus on eBay if you want, or you could just focus on Amazon. Just Amazon have a really good service called FBA, which you can leverage to kind of get a lot of this done for you. So you don't have to keep all your products in your house, taking up all your space, and your partner's kicking off at you because all your rooms are filled up with stock. That was the second way to sell on Amazon, online arbitrage, which is incredible. And using either one of these ways, and you can do both, you can combine them, you will be able to start with pretty much nothing, sell a few things around the house, or use the free method from Facebook I taught you about with the review groups, that you can start with nothing or very little to nothing. And actually, if you just keep reinvesting those profits, you can make a substantial amount of money, which you can then take and you can invest into something like private labeling, which is way more hands-off, and there's no going to the post office, there's none of that crap. So what are the limitations other than kind of time? One of the real limitations is scaling, okay? Because this is going to take your time, right? It is going to take you physically doing stuff. And yes, you can scale, and there are people that do this very successfully, online arbitrage and retail arbitrage, and they have warehouses and they do it incredibly well. There's people that go into wholesale. That's when you niche down and you think, okay, I'm going to do game console games, right? And that's the thing that you do, and you source them from wholesalers and you sell on Amazon and you niche down on that, and that's awesome. You can do that. However, the big limitation on this is going to be your time, right? You can't scale because there aren't more than 24 hours in a day. So what you want to do at that point is really decide, once you're making a bit of money and you're maybe at your capacity on what you can actually do in terms of the daily activities that you can do, you want to make a decision there as where you want to go. Do you want to go down the line of, I want to continue doing this, I want to look into maybe wholesale where you're going to need a little bit of money up front, or do you want to look into something like private labeling where again you're going to need money up front, but it allows you to make more of a passive income stream. But at the beginning you need to generate that money, generate that investment that you're going to need to start going into those more passive business models. Look, if you do want me to go into any more detail, because I appreciate I've really given the overall overarching kind of theory on how this is done. But if you want me to go into any more detail with any of these, then feel free to just leave a comment down below and let me know. If you want to know more about private labeling and what I do with the one product strategy, then I currently have a free book that you can go and get, just pay shipping and handling, and we will get this sent out to you anywhere around the world, which is awesome. Incredible book, absolutely love it. Get your hands on that. We also have the Seller Pro Academy, where I teach people how to do literally the entire process from setting up a company, not understanding what private labeling is, to launching and scaling a successful product on Amazon. So if you want to know any of that sort of stuff, I'd first of all recommend getting the book. If not, down in the description, I'll have some free training. I've got all sorts of stuff and resources that you can use. Also in the description, I'm going to put the links to the 2 sites that I mentioned. Obviously, you don't need to know Facebook and stuff like that. Vipon, we're going to put down there. I'll put JumpSend down there as well. So that is it for today. I hope you have enjoyed it, and look, if you're interested in this sort of content and you want to hear more from me, more from the channel, more about Amazon, then subscribe with your notifications turned on, and remember, you're just one product away. Bye bye.